welcome to Old Game Plus. Now, if you've been good this year and Santa's bringing you a game console, we're going to talk today about what you really want if you like retro games. So, Oz, which console? I suppose let's start with Sony. If you like retro games, do you want a Sony console?
Well, in the past you would have, because the PS3, when it first came out, had a, compatibility with PS1, PS2, and PS3 games you could play on it. But PS4 kind of dropped the ball on that. Like, there was a few remakes of PS3 games, and recently they've tried to put some PS2 games on it, but it kind of just hasn't been enough.
So if you consider Naughty Dog games to be retro, like Last of Us and Uncharted, then PS4 is a good bet, but you have to buy them again.
Yep.
Well, okay, so Sony's gone downhill though from the PS3, haven't they?
Yeah.
They used to be.
They used to be the kings of it.
Yeah. So what about Nintendo? Nintendo Switch first.
Yeah. So the Switch is it's got potential, but it's not quite there yet. But in a way, it is a retro console in itself, because it is like all the nostalgia of Mario, Zelda, that kind of thing is in the Switch, and that will never go away with most Sony Nintendo consoles. And
there's a lot of upside to the Switch, because next year we'll get that subscription service, like a Netflix for games. I don't think they like it called that, but where you'll have NES games and SNES games at least to play, different ones every month and that. So there's a lot of upside if you like retro games. There's a lot of upside to the Switch. You probably still at the moment you'd stick with a DS model, wouldn't you?
Yeah. So the 3DS was had its own subscription service, and you can buy SNES games, Master System games, NES games, all sorts of old console games on it. And you can also buy things like Ocarina of Time. There's some few Mario titles as well. They have that nostalgia to them, the retro feel to them, and yeah, it's quite a good system, but most people have forgotten about it.
There's probably this time next year when we do a Christmas one, we may not be mentioning it. But,
yes.
Now, probably the best console though, for if you do like your retro games, is the Xbox One, and that's mainly due to the fact that it plays Xbox 360 games, and also Xbox originals. But a lot of the great retro games that are on the Xbox One are Xbox 360, Xbox Live Arcade games, like your Sega games, the best Daytona version I think you can get outside the arcades. Virtual Fighter 2 and 5, Fighting Vipers.
Heaps of Sega titles.
Yeah, well, I suppose I just betrayed myself as a Sega fan. But it also has Galaga, a couple of different variations of Pac-Man, Dig Dug.
Yeah, a lot of Namco titles, as you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah. And if you do like to die a lot and you don't want to play Cuphead because that's too new, Radiant Silvergun is on the Xbox One. So if you do like punishing games, that's a good one to pick up. You won't be paying. And
also you can get things like the Banjo-Kazooie series, because Rare came over to Microsoft, that they brought those with them. So that's pretty interesting as well. But we must make a special mention to another console, in effect.
Yeah, well, it never used to be considered one, but the PC. Yeah.
So yeah, the PC. The PC's always had a good retro library available to it, but it's only been PC games. But lately, a lot of Japanese developers have made their games available on there, and they were previously only available on console. So that's been a good thing for the PC market. Yeah,
last year we got Grandia 2, which was a really, really nice port of a very nice game. Recommended to everybody there. And the Xbox One controller and the 360 was as well, but the Xbox One controller is kind of like a de facto standard now for gaming on PC. So that's really helped that a lot as well, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Yep. So if you're going to get a console for Christmas, if you've been good and Santa brings you a console, then probably look at an Xbox One if you like your retro games. If you're a PC gamer, you're already pretty well taken care of. That's improved a lot. Keep an eye on the Switch, because I think there's a lot of upside for that over the next 12 months. Yep. And Sony, lift your game.